please let me know what I haven't seen. And well, we'll go from there. But the last one that I would like to react to is the final Slitterhead trailer. We've seen a... Why on earth did it say no signal for a second and then come back? Anyway. Okay. So we've seen a lot of coverage of Slitterhead. In fact, I've watched different things about Slitterhead over on my DSP Reacts channel before. But this is the Xbox Tokyo Game Show or whatever. They showed off a new trailer for it, and it's a cool-looking supernatural game. This is the final trailer, I believe, for it before it comes out in November. So let's give it a look together. Here we go.
The demons are interesting. 世界観的な部分で言うと90年代初頭ぐらいの東アジアの架空の都市クーロンというものを舞台に、しております。そこはまだまだわい雑さが残ってというか現代ほど洗練されていないまだまだカオスな街の。
Why did they have to have subtitles at the top of the screen? Right? Why did they have to do that? Now I gotta move my camera. Hold on. Now it's intruding. Can't read what he's saying. Gentlemen, it's very important we hear what he's saying here. Okay.
中で、そこに何か異物が入り込む。
Look at those worm dudes.
人を、捕食する未知の生物が現れたというところで、人知れずその脅威と戦う人々の物語にフォーカスするというそういった視点で描いた物語となっております。このゲームの、コアメカニクスといったらもう一言で憑依という、そのメカニクスに尽きると思っています。で、主人公が、これは本当に今までないと思うんですけど、姿形。
Has there ever been a game where you jump possessing bodies? And I think I recall a game like that. Where you jump around possessing different bodies. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking of like Watch Dogs where you're jumping from device to device. Maybe it wasn't full-on possession. But I feel like they've done... there has been a game formula like this before. Wasn't there a game where you jump inside of a character and then you take on their abilities too? What was that? I'm not thinking of like... not Infamous, but the other game, that Prototype? No, right? That's not Prototype, was it? Driver? Oh, I never played Driver. People are saying in a game called Driver, you could jump around and jump into different drivers and you would take over their abilities as driving. Oh. In Crash of the Titans Mind Over Mutant, you would jack the creatures, but probably not what you're thinking of. Now, I never played that one. I feel like I've played a game where you jump into different characters and you take over their abilities and stuff, but maybe I'm misremembering.
人間の肉体を借りなければ何も行動できないという、その特徴で、それを生かすことで、瞬時に次々と宿主を変えることで街中をすごい高速で駆け抜ける。
Wait a minute, I just realized something. So you're gonna hijack a human, and then you're gonna do platforming, but then you switch out of the human in midair. Isn't that human gonna die? Like they don't have the powers anymore. So they're going to regain their control of their body in the middle of the air, and then they're going to plummet to the ground and splat like a pancake. That's messed up.
ようなアクションがあったり、時にはその宿主を見捨てることで自分の命をつないだりとかいった。
Freaking penis head creatures, yeah. They definitely look like worms or penis head creatures. They're disturbing, but they're funny at the same time.
従来のゲームとは一線を画するシステムというのがコアになってます。発想の転換が必要になるゲームだと思うんですよね。テストプレイをやっていてもやっぱり、普通のゲームであればこういった立ち回りをしなければみたいなことをやる、最初はやっていくんですけど、違うんだこのゲームはっていうで全く違う立ち回りというのが自然と身についてきた時の自分の中での意識の変化みたいなところが面白いんじゃないかなと。
So what he's saying is you don't play it like a conventional game. You really have to use this mechanic a ton. You see he's fighting a boss, but he's got like 4 people in the arena. So you one combo with one person, switch to the other. Now their turn, now switch to the other, right? If one person's getting rattled by the boss, switch to another character and start wailing on the boss from behind. Yeah, I could see that being kind of interesting and different, for sure, compared to, other games where it's just you're straightforward controlling the one protagonist and, you're relying on dodging or whatever with that one character. That's kind of cool.
ゲーム内のクリーチャーに関してはモチーフがあって、ヤクシスイーターヘッドっていう存在が人間に擬態しているから、その本体の本を晒した時にも実は擬態生物がモチーフになっているみたいなところが面白いんじゃないかと思って、そういうところにこだわって。
Yeah, I was just thinking, what does this remind me of? It kind of reminds me of The Thing, that movie The Thing, where it looks like the monster, the alien creature looks like a human, looks like a dog, but then all of a sudden it rips apart and mutates into this giant gore monster, right? That's totally what this is reminding me of The Thing.
作っております。プレイして驚いてほしい。
Because look, it's got human bones in it. It's got a rib cage and but it's a mutant monster as well. So it's kind of the same premise.
持ってますね。
I like that. I like that you're going to have abilities with each character to do crazy things, like pull out a giant mutated gun and just start shooting a chain gun at it. That's wild.
はい、このスリッターヘッドですが、この番組が終わった直後から本日、マイクロソフトストアにて Xbox 版の予約を開始させていただきます。
I think this is cross-platform, right? I think it's going to be on everything, not just Xbox.
通常版に加えまして、後の設定資料集やサウンドトラック。
We have prepared a deluxe edition, which allows you to pay us more for the same game. We're very grateful that you are that foolish.
なども含まれたデラックスエディションといったものも用意しておりますので、ぜひとも予約を。
You will get the art book and the soundtrack and the things you will never use. Thank you so much for your extra monies.
お願いいたします。
That'll be interesting. So, honestly, I like the look of it, but it's coming to all platforms, correct? It's not just coming to Xbox. Doesn't say though. So, yeah, but I mean, definitely, if I play it, I'll play it on PC, and it looks interesting. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say about that game. I'm gonna say the same thing I'm gonna say about that game as I said about Watch Dogs Legion. If it's executed well and it keeps fresh and there's constant innovation and new things happening with the gameplay mechanics, it'll work. But if it falls into archetypes, like for example, okay, if you warp into a burly dude, then you become a bruiser type. If you warp into a quick guy, he has knives. If you warp into that other guy, he pulls out the chain gun. And if that's all the game is, it's going to be really fun for like 5 hours, and then you're going to get bored because it's going to end up being the same thing over and over and over and over, right? You don't want it to be so repetitive that you get bored within 5 hours. Like Watch Dogs Legion was very interesting in the beginning, and then after a while, every character you realized was one of the archetypes. None of their stories mattered because they were all disposable, and the game got boring as shit. So I feel like that's sadly where this game can go if they're not careful. They're going to need to keep the at least one main protagonist that you stay with, you're going to want to follow their story. They can't all be disposable or else it's going to kind of suck, I feel. And you're going to want to have gameplay mechanics that are going to be improving. You're not going to want to have a game where it's the same mechanic over and over, and within a few hours you've seen it all. Because actually, that's what happened with Ghostwire Tokyo, where it starts off great, but then after about 5-10 hours, once you've unlocked all the elemental abilities, you've seen all the combat of the game, and the game just becomes a repetitive slog to the end. That's what I mean. Like, they need to keep it fresh during the course of the game. So they have potential to do that, but will they? I'm curious. I like the look of the game. It looks interesting to me. It's one I would like to check out in November. I've got it in my release schedule, so right now, it's definitely a consideration for me. Okay, well, I hope you liked that. Okay,